Good morning, bar troop. How are we all doing today? It's a little bit brisk this morning, and so I've got my jumper on. Welcome to Bar Snacks, and we are on series 4. We are still going through some of the terminology that we can use in our bar classes, in our body conditioning classes, in our Battements and Tums, that kind of thing. So if you are looking to incorporate some kind of bar into these classes to keep your classes fresh, then these are the little snacks that you can take away to start to implement those. Or if you're already teaching bar classes and you're just looking to freshen up, maybe use a bit from here. And of course, you will be able to come on to any of my bar classes. I'll be releasing the first date for the first one in 2021 next week, and that will be in March. So I have the 4 bar concepts that you can train in to become a bartender. So you can come out of the troop onto the bartender side. Okay, so this morning we are talking about the bat-MAHN. So a bat-MAHN is to beat or beating, and there's 2 types. And I think I've kind of referred to these words in the previous series, the grand and the petite. So the grand bat-MAHN and the petite bat-MAHN. So grand means big or large, and petite means small or little. And I think you can kind of get the gist of that, because we did speak about that with the pliés, the grand pliés. Okay, so a bat-MAHN is beat or beating. So it's really referring to the open and close action of the leg makes. Oh, thank you very much. That the leg makes as it comes in and out. You may think of it as more like a kick. But for me, a kick would be kind of like just throwing that leg up to the air. Whereas a bat-MAHN is a little bit more controlled, of course. And do remember that we are coming from the fitness background and not necessarily, the classical ballet background. We're bringing this to our participants and making it accessible to everyone. So a grand bat-MAHN, petit bat-MAHN, I'm just looking for people to lift their leg and close it back in. I'm not really looking for the differentiation with a petit and a grand. I wondered what you were saying then, Jab. No. So from here, as I said, it's referring to the open and close of a working leg. So with a bat-MAHN, I'm gonna put my hands on my waist, and we're just drawing the foot along the floor, pointing, and then we're lifting, and then we're closing. Now this can be done front, side, and back. So front, side, and back, and we're looking for that. I'm going to turn slightly a little bit more diagonal here. It might be a bit easier for you to see. So we're looking for everything to be nice and square on, zipping up that corset, thinking about that beautiful line, that ballerina we're lifting up out of the waist, shoulders are down, chin is tucked, eyeline into the cheek seats, because we are now a prima ballerina. Yes. Good morning, Jeff. So with that, don't worry about how high people are working the working leg, kicking the working leg. It doesn't matter. What we're looking for is to look up, standing up. So the standing leg is doing a lot of the work. It's stabilizing here, and we're lengthening that leg. So a grand bat-MAHN, if you want to know, is kind of 90 degrees or higher. But don't worry about that. I just want you to think about lifting up, keeping this, through the glutes, keeping this beautiful line, front, back, and side. And we're going to come, you're coming through that tondeau we spoke about last week. And you can do this and say it's another great move, and it's a really good cardio move. So you can bring that cardio bar into this part of your class. So like I said, the working leg is opening and closing. It's the up and it's the down coming back. You can do that first position, you can do that in third position, and you can do that in fourth position. You can come from fourth. It is just that lifting and closing of the working leg. You could even do that in a demi-plie and close. Oh, that's a tough one. So you're staying into that demi-plie, opening and closing that leg. The leg is straight with a Battement. The leg is straight. So that's it. So you've got your Battement, which is like a kick, but it's more controlled. And we're using the turnout. So, you know, it's not too much of the... You're not trying to fold yourself in half. You're using the core. The whole body is working. We're using that turnout. The toe is lifted and it doesn't matter how high in this. Remember, we're coming from that fitness side, not from the classical ballet side. I know, Melissa, it's a bit early as well, isn't it? Hence why I've done it on this leg, because this leg is always, it's my more flexible leg. So you've got your Battement. You have got a Grand Battement or Petite Battement. But from a fitness side, I would not worry about that. You might just want to call it a Grand Battement. Make it big, people, make it big. And say to them, it's not really about the height. I want you to think about the standing leg through. Think about using through the core to lift as well, and using those glutes, those quads, those inner thighs, hamstrings, you know it, and lengthen through. Show me your best ballerina leg. So remember, we're looking for the strength. We're looking for the functionality that it brings to our classes and into our participants, and the fun that it will bring. Just fun as well, you know. Who wouldn't want to be a ballerina in those beautiful tutus? You can just imagine yourself on that stage, twirling around. And we'll leave it there. So that's your Battement for this today, guys. Tomorrow, what are we doing? I don't know. It'll be a surprise. Back tomorrow then with more terminology that you can bring into your classes. And this evening at 6 o'clock, I'm going to be showcasing a little bit of the house bar of the masterclass we have on Wednesday morning at 9:30. So that's house bar this week. Background music you're listening to this morning is, of course, Pure Energy. And this is the Mind Body Beats Fusion 1. The first two tracks are just divine to do some of those kind of movement to, especially for something like this. All right, guys, have a wonderful, yeah, they are lovely, aren't they, Melissa? Have a wonderful, wonderful day. And if you need me, give me a shout.